This is the Eclectic Discussion Podcast.
From Television City in Hollywood.
What's up, everybody? Thank you for downloading and streaming another episode of the Eclectic Discussion Podcast. I'm Eclectic. So the title, what we're doing today, we're talking about the sitcom Good Times. I really don't need to tell you much about Good Times, so why am I doing that episode? I don't know. Show ran from 1974 to 79, had 6 seasons. It was a spinoff of the TV show Maude. Had the worst mother on TV, fine-ass daughter, weird son, and the weird son is not JJ. All right, let's get to it. Maude, because it was a spinoff of Maude. On Maude, they lived in New York, and Florida Evans was a housekeeper, and she was married to Henry, who was a fireman, and they changed his name to James. All right. So then they ended up in Chicago on Good Times. So now Good Times, they're in Chicago. She didn't have a job. She wasn't a housekeeper because they were no longer in New York. And James was no longer Henry and no longer a fireman. So he didn't have a job. So he had to get like odd jobs here and there to pay the rent and everything. The writers like screwed them over when they said, all right, we'll give them a show. All right, so you had 3 kids. You had James Jr., which is JJ. You had Thelma and Michael. The family was always broke, but somehow they never get kicked out and they always got utilities. Anyway, you had Walona Woods. She was the neighbor. Bookman was the superintendent. Buffalo Butt. Blah, blah, blah. Janet Jackson, though. That's what we're here for, right? Penny Gordon? No? All right, we'll get to it. Fine. Theme song, most people don't know the words to. Hanging in a Jivin' or Hanging in a Chow Line. Which is it? No one knows. Even the songwriters say one thing. Who knows? Good Times was created by Mike Evans. Mike Evans, he named the youngest Mike Evans, Michael, but Mike Evans is also the actor or one of the actors that played Lionel Jefferson on The Jeffersons. So he created that. So anyway, again, Florida, terrible mother and wife. She was basically useless. James did all he could. JJ was an artist and a ladies' man, and he wore a chicken hat because he worked at that chicken place. Thelma was just fine as hell, and Michael was just all right. So I've already slandered Florida Evans, but this is partly why she was a terrible mother. She always had something to say about what James was doing or the kids as far as making money, and she brought in nothing. She brought in no money. She had a job driving the bus in the last season after James died. She didn't have the maid job no more. There wasn't a Maude. They went to New York. James was a fireman. She would threaten the kids and threaten to tell their father, and the father would threaten them. But Florida Evans actually hit him. Now, James would threaten to hit him, but she actually hit him. Black History Month. It was Black History Month. She argued with Michael about Jesus not being black, and he couldn't hang up the black Jesus picture. She only wanted white Jesus on her wall. She said that.
Couldn't we at least let black Jesus hang alongside?
Forget it. The only Jesus I know is him, and the one thing he don't need is a partner.
Mama, how do we know Jesus wasn't black? He could have been from the lost tribe of Israel. They were supposed to be black.
I bet they were. If ever people were lost, we're it.
Now just hush up, both of you. This picture has been in my family for as long as I can remember. When I was a baby, I don't know what I saw first. My mama, my papa, or this Jesus. Now, he's the one I know and love, so let's close the subject.
She literally said that. Michael got suspended from school because he said that George Washington owned slaves. She went out of her way to try to prove him wrong. James got offered a job to do some work in Alaska, and she made him turn it down because she didn't want to be alone. Meanwhile, she ended up leaving the kids to be with a man she had just met and married after he died, but she didn't want to listen. Not only that, she went to Arizona and left the kids alone with Walona and only came back after hearing Thelma was about to marry an NFL star. She wasn't shit. She was super Christian. James died. She married an atheist. This is in the show. She married an atheist. Again, after not wanting black Jesus, she wanted white Jesus, married an atheist. She consistently turned down life-changing money to stay in the projects and not be able to afford anything. Incredibly weird principles. One time, JJ was balling with his new job. Florida found out it was running numbers. She kicked him out the house.
Oh, yeah, Michael? Well, I think 4 people living in a 2-bedroom apartment paying tomorrow's prices for yesterday's food is a worse image.
There are 2 roads out of the ghetto. So far, we have managed to stay on the right road.
And that's what's taking us so long to get out of here. Look, Ma, name me one dude in the projects who got a future that ain't in the racket.
You, 'cause you just resigned.
Oh, no, Ma, it's my way out, and I'm gonna take it.
Then you can start by getting out of here.
Oh, now, come on, Ma, you're not being... Ow, Ma, let's be reasonable.
And take these things with you.
Ma, you haven't even been...
JJ, get the hell out of my house.
Meanwhile, they couldn't pay the rent. Mike had a singing group. JJ was managing it. They got a job to perform at a tavern for some money. Florida found out and went off, broke up the group right before they were going to hit it big. She was determined to stay broken in the projects. She was offered $5,000 to be in a commercial, but didn't like the product, so she turned it down because she didn't want it. Principles for $5,000, right? $5,000. James found like 20-something thousand in cash on the street. She made him turn it in. The reward was a $50 gift certificate to the grocery store. Now the thing is, see, James Evans was smart. James told her it was $27,000, and she made him turn it back in. But it was really $29,000. He kept 2, because he knows she was on some bullshit. Their cousin offered them a 3-bedroom condo, and she turned it down because the money used to buy it was from betting the horses.
You know that? Keys. I hope to Fort Knox. Not quite. This is the key out of the ghetto to a 3-bedroom apartment on Lakeview Drive.
Raymond.
And this is a cashier's check for $10,000 to pay for the first year's lease. We have one.
Now listen, $20,000, $27,000. She turned down $5,000. So all right, on the show. Now let's hold on. $20,000, $27,000, $29,000. Turned down $5,000. JJ was balling, making hundreds of dollars, thousands that was gonna happen for the singing group that she made him stop. On the show, they said that their rent was $74 a month. She turned down all his money. Their rent was $74 a month. She made him turn in $27,000. Come on, what are we doing? Terrible, terrible wife. And I'm gonna say it wasn't a great looker. All right, anyway. So, good times. The family had shit luck. James and JJ consistently, without fail, lost whatever jobs they had. JJ got confused with someone robbing a liquor store and went to jail. JJ got shot in a gang war. Mad Dog shot him. Thelma won a scholarship and needed $200. JJ was painting something for $250. Said, you know what? I'm going to give you the money. The painting thing fell through. She couldn't get the scholarship. Florida won a stereo, but every time they used it, the power went out. So they had terrible fucking luck. So what happened with the show, so the rumors have it, the scuttlebutt was that Esther Roll, who played Florida, and James Amos, who played, didn't like how everything started revolving around JJ, and it was less about the family and serious issues. Even though we had the gang episodes, the Black Jesus one, the hypertension one, the adoption one when JJ was going to marry Debbie Allen and she started stealing for drugs. I mean, there was stuff, there were things, but anyway. So they killed James off in a car accident. So it was a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff, and they decided not to renew his contract. So they killed him off in a car accident off camera, and then Florida remarried. She married the atheist. she married the atheist and moved to Arizona. All of this is off camera. They just came on one day. It was like, oh yeah, so this happened, because then they got rid of Florida, and then it was just the kids and Walona and Thelma's whack ass dude and fine ass Janet. Boy, Janet. But I can say that because I was young too at the time, so I can say that she was fine because we were. All right. So then, when the show started to slip, they got so Esther Roll came back, and then she had demands. Listen. So she had demands to make JJ more mature. And then they wrote off old boy, who was it? James Gunn? Was it? They wrote off who she married in Arizona. Wrote him off, like it never happened. But then the ratings kept slipping, and they canceled it. But not before everyone got a happy ending. Everyone got JJ made it big, Michael made it big, the Thelma married an NFL player, all kinds of great things happen. Yeah, good times. good times. I'll be honest, I wasn't really a big fan, man. It was not, for me, it wasn't a great show because well, all right, I liked a lot of it. But it's just the main, like Florida, it's just so irritating. It was so irritating watching that show because every time something good was about to happen, more times than not, she was the reason why it didn't happen. Anyway, lots of classic people though. You had Ned DeWino. Ned was the model for JJ's Jesus painting. You had Sweet Daddy Williams, the pimp. Yeah, Luton Lenny. Come on. If he ain't got it, there ain't many.
Say, Blood, what you think you doing? What? Look, man, find yourself another store. This is my domain.
Who are you?
I'm Luton Lenny. And when you buy from Lenny, you save yourself a good penny. For the last minute gift, be it wedding, graduation, or bar mitzvah. Then he won't let you wear it unless it fits ya. And no extra charge for the gift wrapping.
Look here, bro, I'm a little busy right now. You got a business card?
Look here, Blood. I don't have any just now, but I'll be passing the stationery store on my afternoon run. I'll send you one.
You had the coat with the jewelry and the stuff hanging on the inside of the coat. Had Weeping Wanda. That was Helen Martin, Pearl from 227. You know, some of everybody gets started on that joint. Gary Coleman showed up. Kim Fields, her mother, obviously, Jay Leno, Carl Weathers, Shirley Ralph, Benson, come on, he was Fishbone, the wino. They thought died, so they thought he died, but he didn't, and he went to his own funeral and drag dressed up like a woman. Robert Guillaume, ladies and gentlemen. But not my favorite show, but it is a classic. Some of the stuff is a must watch, but a lot of it can be depressing. A lot of it can be corny, but there are some legit funny moments in the show. And I just wanted to do a quick episode and talk about good times. So I'm going to do a bunch of the sitcoms. I already did What's Happening. We're doing Good Times and Jeffersons, Sanford and Son. So, if you haven't watched them, go on YouTube and go take a look and enjoy yourself. But in the meantime, in between time, I appreciate you listening. And until the next episode, appreciation.
Say, officer, my name is Lenny, and I got picked up in front of Denny's. Now, you can't charge me with no crime, because I didn't take one thin dime. I'm innocent. I got nothing to hide. Want to buy a TV? How about a TV guy?
Hey, will you get out of here?
With your wrinkled pussy, I can't be a lover.